Very cool. Very cool. Hi, guys. Hello. Welcome back to the little playback podcast that we got going on, episode number 24. It's been 2 weeks. My name is Noah. I'm going to be your host today. We also got a good friend of mine, Mr. Haider Al-Naim. Hello.
Hello, guys.
And yeah, man, we're gonna talk about some stuff. We have the Blue Beetle movie that just came out not too long ago. We actually watched it this weekend, if you can believe that or not. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. This is confusing the shit out of me. I'm watching the playback right now, and like it's lagging.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna turn that off so I don't get confused. Okay. So, how are you doing?
I'm good now.
I forgot I have to
Flip cameras and stuff?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
good
how
now.
you doing?
I worked a lot of hours the last 3-4 weeks.
Oh.
Like 100 each paycheck.
Oh my god.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm fine, man. It's staticky again. I am not sick anymore. I gotta flip cameras, sorry. I'm not sick anymore. I've been sick for 2 weeks straight now.
Mm-hmm.
And had a fever. Zuko got me sick, and that kind of pissed me off. Almost had to hit a kid. Damn, we're live. My bad. My fault. Did I fuck something up?
No.
I'm sorry. Are we getting canceled?
You might. Be prepared for this, though.
Yeah. Like I said, we are going to be reviewing Blue Beetle. Spoiler alert, I enjoyed it.
Oh, that was a good movie.
I enjoyed it.
I actually did like it.
Yeah. And then we're going to talk a little bit about some news. We got some news stories to discuss here. Got some juicy news. And yeah, man. And then we're going to get into a spoiler review of Blue Beetle. So, Haider, are you ready, buddy?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Oh, God, you can see the screen.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's fine.
Guys, they
can see the whole setup. We want to be open about it.
Yeah, no, this is like fun, though. Like,
right.
Look at this. Oh, God, you can see the screen.
He's staring at himself.
Oh, my God. Look at that.
It's fine.
Guys, this... okay. So,
stop moving that hand around.
I'm trying, dude. You have my thing.
Yours is over there. The one I usually use is in there somewhere.
Yeah. This is going to be a shit show, by the way. I'm just going to let you know that right now. Just because we don't really have much planned.
It's not going to be that long, though, guys.
It's not going to be that long. It's probably like 45 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
It's not going to be that bad. What do you say we get into some news?
Yep. You want to start it off?
Yes, I will start it off. So, the Rebel Moon trailer by Mr. Zack Snyder, the new Zack Snyder movie, is kind of a mix of Star Wars, Dune. What else? What would you say?
Star Trek. I throw it in there, and they even said some of that stuff in there.
Yeah. Anyway,
more fantasy aspect to it.
Yeah, I think so. The first trailer came out, and they premiered it at like Gamescom or something like that, and I thought that was kind of weird. The first trailer came out. It's highly anticipated by Zack Snyder fans. I'm actually a Zack Snyder fan myself. I do enjoy his movies. I'm not a part of the cult though that his followers are a part of. But the first trailer came out, and it looks pretty damn good in my opinion. Probably the best Star Wars movie we've had in 3 years.
We have to wait to see it before we say that.
It looks like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of movies look good till they're not.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. But I am very intrigued. I have no idea what the movie is about. I'm not going to lie. It just, the visuals look really good. That's kind of what Zack Snyder's like good at. Is just making a really pretty movie and then me not understanding what the fuck the movie is actually about. But what did you think about the trailer?
I only saw the clip you sent me, honestly. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I was at work for 6 days a week. But from the clips and the photos I saw of it, the lightsabers look cool. Like
lightsabers
really cool.
Look fucking
they look
sick.
like the animated and like the older movies, which is like what everybody wanted to get back to, where there was like flowing and stuff.
Yeah. I seen that for Ahsoka. Like people were complaining about that for Ahsoka.
Yeah, well, I mean they complain about live actions too.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. Honestly, it makes more sense for it to be like a steady thing. Why would it be flowing?
It's the visual effects that they're complaining about for some reason. I didn't even like it in the prequels, like how it flowed. I never like that.
Yeah, people just think it's more like classic Star Wars and stuff. So
did it do it in the first? Because I'm not the Star Wars guy. Hyder's definitely the Star Wars guy.
Yeah, they float a lot more. And they also made way more like loud like sound effects.
Oh, okay.
It was like wow, wow, every time they fucking spun it around. And it just made it was more prequels than the older movies though.
All right. Well, yeah, Rebel Moon trailer. Go check it out if you want to. Speaking of Star Wars,
the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka dropped tonight, and as of when we made the notes, it was holding an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my god, this fucking thing is like completely
in my face.
in your face.
It's fine. They don't need to see it. They just need to hear my beautiful voice.
No. That's ugly. Yeah, turn it around.
Turn the whole thing around?
I don't know. Hold on. Hang on, people.
I can just hold this.
Yeah, you want to just take that off? Yeah, we can just look at me for a little bit.
Okay. Damn, what? Yeah, so I was holding an 84% when we were making the notes, and I will watch them tonight and let you know what I think. I don't know if you will.
So Ahsoka is actually one of the more intriguing ones for me. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I am only like 4 episodes into Mandalorian. I never watched Book of Boba Fett. I didn't watch Obi-Wan. Actually, I did watch Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan's
okay.
It's before the 4th movie.
Ahsoka though, I'm very, very not excited. I don't know. I'll check it out. But the first 2 episodes, it probably will give me a sense of what the show is going to be about. And if I am enjoying it, then yeah, I'll watch through the 6 episodes, 8 episodes.
I think it's 8 or 6. It's definitely 6 or 8. It's not gonna be like a 12, 13, 14 episode season. No. I think I told you last time we talked about Ahsoka that you probably needed to watch Rebels to really understand this movie or the show. Again, it's definitely just like a follow up to Rebels.
I mean, it looks cool. I think all the action sequences look pretty cool. So
I mean, you can't really expect like the thing that they're having issues with Ahsoka in the shows and then the animated stuff is very acrobatic. I'm sorry, but Rosario Dawson's not doing that.
Yeah, no.
She's not going to be doing flips and like doing the splits while fighting 2 people. It's like not something she's going to do. You have to like bear with the fact that she's a little older. You lose a
little bit of stuff when you go from animated to like live action stuff. But yeah, man, I will definitely check it out. I know Hyder's going to give a little review on it, so I'll wait for your review first and then check it out. Moving on, Zachary Levi, you might know him as Shazam in the DCEU. He wants to play Flynn in a live-action adaptation of the Tangled film, as long as Florence Pugh stars as Rapunzel. No. Did you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, no. Skip that shit. He's ass.
I agree.
25 years ago, one of my favorite movies of all time came out, and it was Blade, starring Wesley Snipes.
I've yet to watch it.
You really haven't seen any of the Blades?
No, I haven't seen it. I've seen clips.
Honestly, at the point in time that they had, that's what kept kind of Marvel afloat.
Yes,
that movie.
I do. I remember reading about that.
Yeah.
Because they just sold Spider-Man. They sold X-Men.
They essentially
Fantastic Four, everything.
Ripped everything off their shows.
Yeah, and then they just had Blade, and like they didn't even have a Spawn. Like they sold Spawn to another person.
Spawn.
Spawn's the one that kind of looks like Venom, kind of.
I know that's Michael J.
Huh?
That was Michael J. White.
I don't know.
All right. Anyways, it's just one of my favorite ones. It's honestly, it's not the best movie ever, but the action is just so like it's just very like 90s.
Yeah.
Like early 2000s, 90s.
How do you feel about the Mahershala Ali stuff?
Mahershala Ali is a great actor.
The new one coming out.
I think they're gonna go more towards animated and comic Blade, where he was like very in the movement and stuff. I'm sorry.
I don't know anything about the character, honestly. Only that he's a vampire slayer.
He also is like the main like contributor to the Marvel Knights. Yeah, so like with the darker side of Marvel, I mean, you can see they already set stepping stones for him to start recruiting people. Like he recruits Black Knight at the end of Eternal. Well, I assume is recruiting Black Knight.
Yeah,
at the end of Eternals.
Yeah.
The only thing I hope that they do is bring back Wesley Snipes as the Whistler, which is like
who's the Whistler?
The guy who so Blade's this Daywalker is what they call him. So he's
it's like half human.
He's technically half human, half vampire. His mom was bit while she was pregnant with him. So he essentially, by like his mother's bloodstream, got.
And is this in the comics or is it in the? You talking about?
This is the movie adaptation. If they do I don't remember exactly the storyline in the comics, but there's probably something similar to that. But he does all this stuff. He can walk in the daytime, and Whistler's the person that saves him.
Oh, okay.
And trains him how to like kill vampires and stuff.
All right. Well, I definitely got to check it out before
he can walk in the daytime.
I definitely got to check it out before the next one comes out. It's probably not going to come out anytime soon, honestly. They've been doing rewrites and shit for that. Speaking of movies that are coming out, though, Good Burger 2 has its first teaser trailer release, and it looks ass. Were you happen to see it? No?
It's everything when we talked about Good Burger a long time ago, it was like probably like episode in the first 10 episodes.
Yeah.
I just like legit was like, I hope they don't make it this like cheesy trying to catch the old like.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
Like the old glory they had in their first movie.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what the fuck they did. It's like like glorified like. This is the best way I can explain it. It's everything people wanted didn't want No Way Home to be.
You know how what?
No Way Home, Far From Home.
No Way Home.
Sorry, Spider-Man.
The first one.
Yeah, where they were like all of it's like nostalgia.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, No Way Home then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's only the trailer, right? So I mean, I don't even know if I'm gonna watch this really, but I will say, Keenan and Kel, they look good. They still look young. They still look pretty much the exact same as the first movie. I was a fan of the first movie. I didn't grow up with it. I didn't have that nostalgia factor with it. So Good Burger 2 is definitely going to be on the bottom of my priority list. However,
sure,
with Paramount Plus, because this is going straight to Paramount Plus. It's not releasing in theaters or anything. With Paramount Plus making a bunch of these kind of like reboot movies, like they just did Zoe 102, which I have yet to see.
I didn't watch it.
I also heard that it's not great. And then they're also doing the Keenan and Kel, not Keenan and Kel, Good Burger 2. But it has like, you remember Wizards of Waverly Place?
Yeah.
And they finish the show, and Alex becomes the wizard, the family wizard.
Don't they like make a thing where
Yeah, they do a special where it goes like the Wizards return, and it's like an hour-long special. That's what this kind of reminded me of, because it's just kind of low budget, and it's not very I don't know, it's just not very, what do you call it, intriguing, in my opinion.
I think they missed the window.
Oh, this should have happened like 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, man, I don't even know how long Good Burger has been out for.
92 or something.
No way, it's been out.
You want to look it up? Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe no, it's got to be like 94, 96. Final answer 97.
Yeah.
I keep pressing the wrong button. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
Sorry, I don't know which one to use. I'm doing this all in one hand too. Sorry.
Don't look at my history though.
I can't see anything.
Okay. Yeah, man. Good Burger 2.
97.
97? Let's fucking go. Yeah, Good Burger 2. It's probably not something I'm going to be watching. I definitely will see probably all the clips like on TikTok and stuff. And people will probably bash it on Twitter. Again, hey, this is a passion project between Keenan and Kel. So, good on them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
Let's see. It's something about Dave Bautista, I believe. Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa, right? I always say his last name wrong. Will star in a new.
Wamwa.
Okay, I'm not doing that shit. In a new comedy titled Wrecking Crew, directed by Blue Beetle director Angel Manuel Soto.
Mm-hmm.
I like that fucking duo a lot.
I do too. For some reason, I thought like Jason Momoa kind of reminds me of Roman Reigns. So I thought like, oh wow, they're bringing two wrestlers in. They're not wrestlers. They're not both wrestlers. Dave Bautista has improved his acting, and he's also actually funny in my opinion. And after Fast 10, I think I can see Jason Momoa doing a comedy now. Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, it's like an action comedy, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, with a title like Wrecking Crew, and it's an action comedy, and it's the fucking Blue Beetle director, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But the Blue Beetle director, he is very good at juggling comedy and drama. So I hope that they kind of do something with that. I mean, I have no idea what this movie is about. We just know that Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa are both in it. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. It looks. I mean, based off of Blue Beetle, which we'll talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Blue Beetle, that's going to wrap it up for our news segment. But we're going to move right into our Blue Beetle movie review. It is Monday, so we always do a movie of the week where we basically talk about the movie that came out this past weekend. And this past weekend, Blue Beetle came out. The highly anticipated, it's not really highly anticipated.
It wasn't at all.
No, not really.
Yeah.
It was supposed to go straight to streaming, straight to HBO Max at the time, but as soon as, what's his name, David Zaslav, the CEO of Warner Discovery, at the time, but, oh God, Playback, sorry. As soon as he got into what the CEO chair, he moved up Blue Beetle to a theatrical release, and I'm very happy he did. It's quality. It's quality cinema, I think. So, Blue Beetle. First, we're going to go spoiler-free and then an open spoiler discussion, but I just want to go straight to you real quick. What did you think of Blue Beetle when you first saw it?
I don't remember saying much like positive or negative things about it, but I remember specifically talking about how cool I thought the poster and suit were.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it looked so fucking good in the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
I was surprised at just like overall how good the movie was, and by far this is some of DC's best work.
Oh yeah,
like it easily. I don't know like what it is. I think it could be the fact that I'm looking at the movies he's made and the shows he has, and this is his first like big studio movie that I'm seeing.
Really?
Yeah.
And then right after that, I mean, he got
another one, and
another movie.
It's a good. I don't know. I'm not very like. I don't know much about the other stuff that he did. The next thing is Charm City Kings, which I've never heard of.
I don't know. Yeah. He's definitely up and coming. Like he's new.
Yeah.
He's
so I'm
fucking new.
I'm looking at it. He's 40, kind of young. So like, it felt like a true origin story. Like we got to see him get the powers, learn them, kind of, and then it also sets the groundwork for other movies. And it just to me, it just like rang like original Iron Man.
Yeah, I was getting a lot of Spider-Man vibes in it too.
Oh yeah, that's good because he's a younger guy.
The Sam Raimi trilogy, and you know, not even just Spider-Man, but also a little bit of Miss Marvel in there too with the family aspect. And I really enjoyed the family aspect. What about you?
Yeah, no, that was one of the biggest things for me. The acting was on point, I think, for like almost everybody.
Oh yeah, everybody.
I had no issues with anybody's performance.
You know, I will say the one that I was kind of keeping my eye on was Bruna Marquez. How do you say her name? Bruna Marquezin.
Yeah. The girl who played Jenny Cord?
Yeah. Jenny Cord in it. The first like 10 minutes, I thought it was a little rough, but then I was like, oh, well, she got better throughout the movie. I
think you just need to like wait for the motivation and all that stuff. For me, just some details specifically about the movie, the color scheme, because they kept it the entire movie. It was like that neon blue, sort of like Latin Nights in Florida. It's like bright neon colors. The choice of music, the score, which I want to talk about that specifically later, and then like the way they synced one scene to the other, even when they were jumping around.
Oh, like transitioning?
Yeah, they were like this scene directly. The scene where he. Oh wait. I almost spoiled that one. I'm excited to see more of this person in the future, potentially. If we do this, if he decides to move on. The CGI, amazing. It was all good.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Like, it wasn't this complex. Like, they weren't fighting a fucking kaiju monster. Like,
no.
It was just cool. Overall, I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I want to just point out the acting, the suit specifically, and then the score, which I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, man. I too think this is a really good movie. I think the star of the show for me was George Lopez.
I was saying
George Lopez is just ridiculously funny. I grew up watching George Lopez on like Nick at Night, and I still watch it to this day on Peacock. And I just think that the whole family aspect worked really well. He doesn't have like a huge family. I love all the respect that they were paying. It's obviously a Latino director, but they were paying so much respect to the Latino culture, and family is a huge aspect in that part. Let's go to. I want to show you guys some pictures. Paying so much respect to the Latino culture. Yes. And
family.
you know, family is a huge aspect in that part. Let's go to George Lopez looks fucking crazy. I'll show you guys some pictures. Paying so much respect to Latino culture.
I will say,
you know, family is a huge
aspect. The sister, she was okay. Like her lines,
George Lopez looks fucking crazy.
The
dialogue, so much respect to Latino culture.
She's one of the best.
And you know, family is a huge aspect.
The sister, she was okay. Like her lines,
George Lopez looks fucking crazy.
Yeah, man, I think the
dialogue, so much respect to Latino culture.
She's one of the best.
And you know, family is a huge aspect.
The sister, she was okay. Like her lines, I watched it. Yeah, man, I think the she's one of the best. And the sister, she was like her lines. I watched it. She's one of the best. And the sister, she was like her lines. I watched
guys, we're going to get straight into spoilers now. So if you guys have not seen the movie, or if you guys don't care, I mean, I don't think a lot of people are going to go watch this movie after this. But if you guys are interested in it and you don't want it to get spoiled for you, sorry, we're going to talk about it. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. So where do you want to start with our spoiler review?
I'm going to hop straight into the suit up scene.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I don't know if I remember I texted you,
Mm-hmm.
but I was like, it just looked so violent.
Yeah.
It was like ripping through his skin. It was like covering his skin. He's screaming. It's like coming out of his eyes.
Nice.
That shit was so cool to see. And that was like obviously all CGI. And that's the part where I was like, it's amazing because it's just like that it like claws itself into the wall and stuff. And you just like see them screaming and he's like burning up.
Yeah.
I don't know. That scene was really cool to see. And then like
There's a lot of horror aspect in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's kind of inspired by he said it was inspired by something, the director. Anyway.
It kind of looked like the Exorcist to me. Like,
yeah, when he goes up to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just that. All the younger actors in this thing had like just showed so much promise, and like I could see them if they do get pulled into like the DCU becoming like main characters in his like story arc.
Yeah.
I like that they aged him up.
I do too. Because originally he's supposed to be like what, like 16,
probably in high school
like,
still. Yeah,
like Peter Parker kind of age.
I know that in Young Justice he's definitely like he's one of the older ones, so he's like 17. But he's established in Young Justice, so yeah, he's probably like 15 when he gets the powers.
Yeah.
I like the reason because Jolo is probably not that. He's probably like 20, 21.
Yeah, he's about 20, 21.
So if they do decide to move on with him, he's about to be the exact same age he was in the movie. So if they want to continue from right there, from the fact that he's 23, right? He graduated college.
Yeah, like 22.
22, 23. Right there. They can just legit pick up the day that after like the fucking they beat the Carafax.
I do want to say Jolo's really good in this movie. I don't want anybody else to play him. If James Gunn is going to bring this character in, I don't want anybody else to play him because this was my first real like introduction to the character. And right now in live action, all I see as Blue Beetle is this guy, right? So I really hope that he gets the chance to at least bring his character back. If not, wait a little bit, like wait like I don't know 5 years, or just pick up with Ted Kord because they're making a Booster Gold series on in the DCU, and it's not Jaime Reyes and Booster Gold that's best friends. It's Ted Kord and Booster Gold. So I don't know. There's decisions to be made.
That was the whole point. He said Blue Beetle is definitely in the DCU. He didn't say Jaime Reyes.
Yeah.
So they could decide to just go Ted Kord's way.
Yeah.
Obviously, we already spoke about it a few times, but the family storyline, especially like the scene where the dad gets hit, heart attack and stuff.
Oh my god! Bro.
That shit was actually sad.
Yeah.
But like it was cool because they're throwing problems you don't really see superheroes deal with,
right?
Which is like the sort of like familial obligation, where he's like, damn, he's like, I didn't know you guys were struggling. I would have like left college and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of like family with parents who are immigrants. They'll like do that. They'll like, oh, my family's struggling. There's no point in me going to college. Let me just help them out right now. And the fact that they were showing that like, oh, you should have told me. I would have just dropped everything and came.
Yeah. But he plays it off too, where it's like, oh, it's no big deal, right? Because like, oh, I just had a heart attack. No big deal. Yeah. And then he's like, drinking, and it's such a kind of a Latino thing, because I grew up with a lot of Latino friends, and their family is like that. They don't really care about that stuff. They do, but they don't think it's as big of a deal to bring it up. They don't want to bring it up.
Yeah. Then it's just like you don't want to worry your family with your health problems.
Yeah.
That stuff. And then like I enjoyed that they did everything. They beat the person, and they're like, now we can cry. Yeah. Because like normally you just like in movies you'll just see them like fight the monster, beat them, and then never mention the fact that like they just went through like that traumatic event. My whole theater, right? My whole theater, and there's like 10 people, like maybe 20 people in there, right? Yeah, it wasn't many people around.
Yeah, it was a 7:30 showing. So it's basically the prime time. We were in the big theater, the Titan. Am I still staticky?
Kind of, but not a lot.
I don't get it. Hold on. Robitussin.
Yeah, this is top chat. Does that show us the entire chat?
Yeah, nobody's talking to us.
Oh, anybody watching?
Yeah, we got 3. Hey, what's up, guys? We got 3 live viewers.
Nice.
Anyway, what was I saying?
I forgot. Talking about how they
Oh, so my theater, right? My theater was it had like 20, 25 people in there. We're in the big theater. It's definitely not packed, but there were definitely Mexican families in there and Latino families in there, and people were clapping and people were fucking shouting and hollering at the screen, and I thought that was cool as fuck because they would, they'll do Spanglish a little bit in the movie, and where they would talk about little inside jokes and little just little jokes and stuff, but they'll say it in Spanish, and I can hear the families right behind me like laugh at that, and I feel like that was really fucking cool to be a part of. Again, it wasn't like it made $40 million. It wasn't packed in there, but it was a very fun theater experience in my opinion. Anyway, okay. Mm-hmm. We were talking about the grandpa, right?
Yeah, that's just the dad.
I mean the dad, yeah.
Yeah. Was it? That's all I had to say. It was just that I like the way that I thought that the way the trailer looked, that George Lopez would be like the
dad.
Father figure.
Yeah, and he kind of is, right?
He is, but he's not.
He's like growing up too.
Yeah, he's like stepping up to the plate.
Yeah,
sort of that.
Yeah.
And I also like that they didn't just consistently use him as a comedic relief.
Oh yeah.
I was like, he has very serious moments, and I'm just like, he shines very well because again, I think horror and comedy are the easiest things to transition from becoming a serious actor.
Yeah. It was really nice seeing George Lopez act again because again, he hasn't been in much. He probably did like a little sitcom or something with his daughter on NBC, but other than that, he hasn't really been doing much. And this being like my first reintroduction to him on the big screen in a really long time, it was just it was really cool. He had such a huge role in it too, and that's what I liked about it. Mm-hmm. Again, like you said, it's not just comedy, but he's fucking hilarious in the movie. It's not just comedy; he actually has a purpose, and he's actually pretty smart in the movie too.
Yeah. The whole trailer, how the trailer, the only thing you really see him when he's anti-government, he's like, Batman's a fascist, and then the entire movie he's just like, nah, I fucking hate the government.
Yeah.
And then there's the fact that he's like their tech guy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that coming in the fucking trailer.
Yeah.
He's a genius too because he makes essentially like an EMP.
Yeah.
He figures out how to fly a big bug ship.
The bug ship, yeah.
That was, I just can't remember the name of the song. It's Motley Crue.
Motley Crue, yeah.
It was Motley Crue, yeah.
Are we gonna talk about the corridor fight now?
Yes, I was gonna say that. It's like one of my next notes.
Yeah.
Every single fight was choreographed well.
Yeah.
But the I love corridor fights. It's usually like Daredevil that you see do that type of shit. He's climbing up the walls with his like antenna, or what are they called? The little
legs.
The legs.
Iron Spider legs.
It looked like Iron Spider.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so cool because he has the hammer. He makes a fucking like glove and puts the grenade in the ground. It's
also got a little bit of like Venom in it, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like Jaime and Khadija working together and finally putting his trust into Khadija to make like these fucking weapons that help him actually fight. I thought it was really cool. The only thing I would say about that scene is that it was kind of dark. But I feel like they were doing that so they could stretch the budget a little bit, where they, it's not bad CGI.
Yeah.
And I completely understand that.
That scene was cool. I also like the way that they explained the way that like the scarab works. It's like a parasite.
Yeah.
The entire point is it protects its host because if the host is dead, it's technically dead.
Mm-hmm.
And parasites also sync themselves to your like nerves and stuff. And so you have that scene where their like brain waves are syncing, and he wasn't accepting it. And then he meets his like dad, and I guess that's heaven.
Yeah. Oh my god, that fucking scene mixed with the fucking with the score.
Yes.
Oh my god, it was beautiful. And I thought it was gonna be a little corny because we were going like into the afterlife, and I was like, I don't like. Okay, are we really gonna just get a vision of him and his dad, and then they're calling back to the first conversation that they had in the yard. And then it goes off into this thing where it's like, oh, Jaime has to become one with the blue beetle, the scarab. And it's that little scene where he's just floating. Oh, it's so fucking good. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love that scene.
And then there's the, right after that, you get the whole scene with him booting back up.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, I'm sorry, I'm rebooting. And then
the sister, right?
no, it's not the sister. Sister is just like fighting random people. Sanchez, the scientist who like
Henry Gillian, something like that.
Yeah.
He's in stuff.
But like she just keeps calling him Sanchez, and he like blocks the door and stuff.
Yeah.
And you could sort of tell because they were throwing hints at it because like Carafex kept looking at his like locket and stuff, and you could see when she was calling Sanchez by the wrong name.
You can see where everything was like headed.
Yeah, everything was headed. I figured he was gonna turn on her eventually. I didn't think that they were gonna do what they did in the final fight.
I didn't think so either. Carapax's story, and we only see it for a little bit, like a glimpse of it, maybe 5 minutes.
It's a slideshow.
I didn't really like how they introduced it, where it was like Khadija, like, let me show you, you know. I wish they would have just showed us, but that scene was sad as fuck. I just wish that it was placed somewhere else in the movie, like before, so I can actually care about the villain throughout the entirety of the movie, not just in those last 10 minutes, because those last 10 minutes for Carapax's character, it was sad, man. And it made you feel for him, and it kind of helps the fact that he turns on, what's her name, Cord. It's Cord's sister,
Victoria Cord.
Yeah, Victoria Cord. So it kind of helps that a little bit. I just wish we would have had that, but
yeah. And the part that there's like one part that I'm confused about. Since he technically had a beetle or had a scarab now, is that scarab just gone?
What do you mean gone?
Because I mean, what was it called? The fucking machine that they had installed in him.
Oh, you talking about Carapax?
Yeah.
I don't think he had a actual scarab. I think it
uploaded the code and everything.
Yeah. So I feel like that's gone, but there's also some stuff that is also really cool. There's some stuff that happens in the opening credits. You know how I said like the opening credits shows different scarabs.
Yes.
So maybe that's their way of like bringing in, because there's a green beetle, there's blue beetle, yellow beetle, I think yellow beetle, and then there's a black beetle. I don't know if I saw a black beetle, but maybe that one is black beetle because it's like, I don't know. No,
let me see.
Maybe not.
There is different like scarabs in DC. I'm actually searching them up right now, so I can tell you about them. So, dun.
How we doing in the live chat, guys? You guys having fun? Are we doing okay? How do we sound? Do we sound okay?
So there's a silver scarab. It's Hector Hall, and he's apparently the evil counterpart. Oh no, his evil counterpart is just named Scarab. Scarab is a name used by several unrelated characters in the DC universe, usually revolving around Egypt. The most prominent is an assassin named Matt Shahid, who frequently battles Robin. Louis Sendek used the name during World War II to fight crime. Blue Beetle gets his powers from the Scarab, and his evil counterpart is named Scarab. Hector Hall uses the name Silver Scarab as a member of Infinity Incorporated. Scarabus is an enemy of the Justice League. It's just a bunch of different scarabs. Yeah.
So the world building again in this is honestly one of my favorite parts of the movie. The family stuff, the world building, because
that's what it was. In the TV Batman and the Brave and the Bold, there's the Scarlet Scarab. So that's why I'm like, is that the one that
maybe?
Because Carapax was red, right?
You're asking the wrong fucking person, buddy.
Yeah, I forgot. Conrad Carapax is actually right here in the New Earth line of DC Comics. His name's Conrad.
Okay, anyway, so about the movie, though, I think that the world building and stuff that they did with the original Blue Beetle and Ted Cord and Cord Industries and stuff like that, that's intriguing, and that's kind of why I want to see Blue Beetle go into the DCU. I want to see Blue Beetle 2. Did you see the rumors and stuff about how the director wanted to have Jason Sudeikis play
people were like showing the little, like, it glitches out and shows the face,
but it's like it's his likeness.
Yeah, it's his likeness.
His voice doesn't sound exactly like him, but they kept it ambiguous enough to the point where they could actually cast Jason Sudeikis.
Okay.
And I can see Jason Sudeikis playing a Ted Cord kind of person, and then have Blue Beetle with Booster Gold.
Yeah.
I don't know if it holds any weight in this, but I figured Carapax survives in the comics.
Oh, okay.
He survives.
Honestly, nobody ever really dies, guys. Like, nobody ever really dies in comic movies.
Like, the body dies, but his mind's fused to the thing.
So his
body's gone, but his mind's in the machine.
Mm-hmm. Look, we could be talking about this stuff, and it's like nothing might ever come out of it.
Weight, but like James Gunn tends to like his thing is he tends to hold weight to the comics, just changes minor aspects of the people's personality.
Yeah. James Gunn would be very smart to bring this in because, look, not gonna lie,
they need a win bad.
They need a win. I thought this was gonna be a win, and I think it is a win. Because, again, this is a movie that was supposed to be going straight to HBO for nothing, right? But you made $40 million. You're probably going to make around $60 or $70 million. I can see this making like $30 more million. You made something back, right? $70 million worth of ticket sales were sold to see Blue Beetle in a movie theater. And that's saying something at least a little bit because this is an unknown character for the majority of people. And it's a very, very, very powerful character because it has Latino culture in it.
Mm-hmm. The thing that we can also calculate is the fact that they didn't waste that much money on marketing.
They didn't.
So they have a higher chance to make their money back.
Yeah.
Let's cut out for a second. Sorry.
Not good. That scene, I still want to talk about the weight of the death of his dad because it reminded me of like the Uncle Ben kind of situation with Peter Parker, and that's the kind of Spider-Man stuff that I was talking about. It's not a flashback, but it's like where he goes to heaven and he talks with his dad one last time. That scene was beautiful. Mm-hmm. And the synth coming in with that scene was so good. It's like this director put a lot of care in it, and I can see that. It's not just like, oh, hey, this is like kind of our Power Ranger character, right? He can, fight really good, and he can make whatever. He has like his own Iron Man suit. I really love the fact that they chose to focus so much on the relationship between Jaime and his family because that's what made it for me.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
There was just so much. You mentioned how Zack Snyder is very like good at like the visual
stuff. Yeah.
God, the when he walks in the first time,
mm-hmm.
and it looks like their regular living room, and then he turned and it's just all the candles.
Mm-hmm.
That scene was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you float off, and it's like this garden.
Yeah.
And he just goes, "It's not your time yet," and he walks away.
Mm-hmm.
And then you turn around, and it's this massive. What is that painting?
Oh God, I don't know. I have no idea. But the actor who played Jaime's dad was great in this movie, and he's so lovable. I love that. I love that whole family, man. Yeah, like I said, George Lopez was a steal for this movie. He plays a different character than he's used to, kind of. He is, his comedy was very rooted in, like, not masculinity. I don't want to say that, but he definitely would have never played a role with, like, painted fingernails and, like, a mullet or whatever. But I'm really glad that he did.
Oh, that's Adam.
Oh,
that was painting.
Yeah, they did that in Guardians.
Yeah,
too.
they did in Guardians with Adam.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I don't know.
It's just a lot to talk about that movie. We can go into comics. We can go into like the potential of James Gunn bringing this person in.
Yeah. Do you see him actually doing it? Because like, I really want him to, but to me, I know why he wouldn't do it.
I can see why he wouldn't, but to me, just the recipe is perfect. Yeah. A younger actor who can act, can do all of the action things that are needed.
Super popular on social media.
Popular on social media, but he also brings his own following.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. It's like, he's not obviously not as big as Robert Downey Jr. or like Hemsworth or like, all the other actors, but he is like, he does have his own following.
Yeah. And I think that the movie is making a name for himself too.
Yes.
And that's going to help even more if they decide to do like a Blue Beetle 2.
Yeah. I don't imagine it would be a Blue Beetle 2. I imagine it would just be like his own project again.
Yeah. Or, I mean, he could just be like how Spider-Man came into the MCU, right? He like started off by coming into Civil War and, he's messing with everybody. We could just see him just go into, I don't know, whatever they have planned.
Fucking for all we know, he could be in Batman Brave and the Bold just going to college.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Because he goes to Gotham University.
And then, like, even if Blue Beetle, the movie, is not canon, I mean, we saw it, and most of the backstory could still stay the same. You can just never mention it again in his next appearance. It's kind of like what they're doing with Daredevil.
Yeah, since they aged him up too, they can do like if they really wanted to, they can involve him in the Justice League because he is part of like the younger version of the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of opportunity there for them. He doesn't have to have his own project.
No.
He can be like introducing their version of Civil War or something.
Yeah. Also, the city. I loved Palmero City.
Mm-hmm.
I like that because I read somewhere that he's actually from El Paso, Texas, from the comics, but instead they decided to create a fictional city where it's kind of like.
Is that Florida?
I don't know.
It looks like it would be like Miami.
Because they say it's like the Keys, right? Where it's like these.
They mention that it's like Florida, isn't it? The Keys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where they're trying to go. You know how like Metropolis is supposed to be like New York.
Metropolis is New York. I'm just kidding. I'm tripping.
It's gotta be right.
What's Gotham?
Gotham's
Detroit.
gotta be like. He's from Detroit, so he can say that. Like it's fine. He's not dissing Detroit.
I am.
But yeah, man. I really like the world building, and the recipe is there to, like you said.
I really want to know now. What's the equivalent to the Gotham?
To Gotham? Let's look it up.
Actually,
world building, and the recipe is there. I mean, like you said. Let's go push this in.
What's the equivalent to the Gotham?
To Gotham? Let's look it up. Gotham, world building, and the recipe is there. I mean, like you said. Let's go push this in.
What's the equivalent to Gotham?
To Gotham? Let's look it up. Gotham. World building and restoration for filming locations for Gotham City. Live action Batman films have included St. Louis, Chicago. I can see Chicago.
Gotham City.
Yeah. To Gotham.
Central City is Kansas City.
Central City? Oh, okay. Yeah, because in the Flash, he's
world
building and restoration there. I mean, locations for Gotham City. Live action Batman films have included St. Louis, Chicago. I can Gotham City is traditionally depicted in being located in the U.S. state of
Central
New
City is
Jersey.
Kansas.
So it's like supposed to be New Jersey. Yeah, because in
supposed
to be New Flash, he's world building and restoration there. I mean, locations for Gotham City. Live action Batman films have included St. Louis, Chicago. Gotham City is depicted in being located in the U.S. state of Jersey. And James Gunn, so it's like supposed to be New Jersey. Yeah, because in DC Flash, he is very good restoration there. I mean, he made basically like the entirety of the cosmic side of the MCU.
He's the mind behind Infinity Stones.
Yeah, how the Infinity Stones work and stuff. So, I put a lot of trust in James Gunn.
Yeah, there's a lot of like fantasy stuff, a lot more than Marvel and DC. They can do like I want to see an actual League of Assassins. You didn't really get that in any of the other Batmans. Like they tried it with Nolan's, but he made them just actual like ninjas. Yeah, which the League of Assassins are like fucking
more than that.
They're like actual assassins, but they also use I forgot the fountain, but these like this essentially like the fountain of youth. It like revives you. Lazarus pits to revive you.
I gotta start reading some comics, man.
Yeah. I get bored. Start reading stuff.
I do, yeah. I downloaded Marvel Unlimited for a little bit and started paying. It was like $3 a month for like unlimited comics that you can read on your phone. I was like, fuck yeah, and I started
reading. Start reading Secret Wars now. I don't think I've ever read it.
Yeah, I want to buy it. I want to buy
the set. Does your dad not have?
No, he's got all of them.
Yeah,
they're right there. They're literally right inside. Yeah. I'm gonna do something with this wall, man, one day.
Just have them all like on shelves,
dude. Oh my god!
But speaking of which, we're actually quoting that comic book, right?
Yeah, actually, and we can do that. Yeah. We can do that here. My dad's a fucking comic book nerd. He knows what the fuck he's talking about.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I think we're done with
I'm pretty sure we're done with Blue Beetle. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
I did too. I'm really watch it whenever it hits streaming services.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it again. I want to take Ohani because he's half Mexican, man. My son is half Mexican, guys. This is important to us.
You're Filipino, aren't you?
Huh?
You're Filipino, aren't you?
Yeah.
Spain.
Yeah. I don't know. I was having this conversation with Sybeth about I asked her, and I told her not to put it on her spam because I knew she was going to do it. But I said, hey, first of all, don't put this on your spam. Second of all, what's the difference between Latino and Hispanic? because I had no fucking clue. And actually, we had a pretty good conversation about what that difference is, because she didn't know. This shit gets confusing. Very confusing.
None of those mean to me.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you. Did you want to do your 5 questions? I didn't. We have something planned.
I'm gonna interview you right now.
Okay.
I have 5 questions for you.
Okay.
I'm ready to ask you these questions. I want your answers.
Okay. Because look, we were supposed to ask each other questions, 5 questions. I was too busy trying to set this stream up. By the way, if you guys are still here watching, how is it?
It'll be better if it's not very good right now.
It will definitely be better soon. You already know. I'm going to do some stuff. Okay. But yes.
All right.
Let's
question number 1 for you.
Oh god. Okay.
Mr. I almost said your full name. I'm not going to.
Yeah, you're good. We're good. All
right, Noah. I'm assuming you're gonna put Zuko onto some movies eventually when he grows up.
Yes.
What movies? What movies do you want to put him onto, or are you gonna let him find his own like little niche?
Movies. Like, are we talking about genre? Or are we talking about like?
Are you gonna show him? Because I'm assuming by the time he hits it, it'll be like 30 years past like the first Avengers movie.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna sit down and rewatch the Infinity Saga with him when he's around. When he's around like 6, 7, or 8. I feel like that's a good time to like really, because then he'll have that like nostalgia put up in his brain, and then if he wants to rewatch it later, he can rewatch it later with a better mind. Because that's kind of what I did. Iron Man came out when I was 8. I remember going to see Spider-Man 3 and Spider-Man 2 when they came out in theaters, and then I rewatched them later, and I was like, yeah, this is great. So,
all right, that's fun to know. What specific, just one aspect that interests you the most about movies?
Specific?
Yes, one specific aspect. And choose like the most interesting thing to you about movies.
It's not really specific. I would just say the production of it, because that shit is hard. Like, people don't understand how hard it is to make a movie, and like a good movie at that. Like, the best movie, your favorite fucking movie of all time, was probably nearly impossible to make. So I think that the production of it is just, you have to be so organized, and you have to literally get every single thing right to make a movie, let alone a good movie. So I think the production is probably the most interesting.
Okay.
What about you? I don't have any questions for him, so what about you? What do you think is the most interesting aspect?
I think the use of sound and music makes or breaks movies more than we think about it. Because imagine if that hallway scene in Blue Beetle was just no music.
Yeah. And the thing is too, is it's crazy because you have to plan, but the music isn't done yet when you're filming. Yeah. So like, they're just doing this not knowing what it's gonna sound like or what it's even gonna look like.
I imagine in the back of the director's head, because the director isn't the final. Like, he's not the only decision on music. You have the person who's composing. You have the person who might actually score the movie by himself, completely different.
Right.
I think the use of sound effects is important in movies, especially horror movies or comedies. A lot of movies do original music too, so that's like a big thing, like Barbie.
Yeah. A whole soundtrack album was just made for Barbie.
Yes, and
it's a good album.
I enjoy that movie. That fucking Dua Lipa song is great.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's just it's always been music for me though. Yeah. I think that's what I connected, especially since I started watching musicals and stuff too. And I was in theater. It's like a little bit of like a thing for me. I like watching musicals. Like, The Greatest Showman is probably one of my favorite soundtracks. Obviously, all of us grew up with High School Musical. I know you love High School Musical. Yeah,
I love High School Musical. If Zuko was a girl, it would have been Gabriella.
You named Zuko Gabriella?
No, I'm just kidding. It would have been Nani.
Also, speaking of which, you named your son after a show, and there's a song in that show that.
Original piece of music.
Yeah,
Mr. Jeremy Zuckerman, I believe that's his name. Yeah. That's one of the most beautiful pieces of music I've ever heard.
Did you play it on that instrument? I don't know what you had.
On the kalimba?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I would show off so hard right now if I had it right here, but I don't know where it is.
I just think music sometimes transcends like the movie itself.
I think so too.
Yeah, so that's what I've always liked.
Look, bro, there's live concerts that you can watch the movie on a screen, but they're playing the music live with an orchestra.
Yeah.
And that is something that I definitely want to do.
And I know that there's like this thing called iParty. Matt Bennett from iCarly.
Oh shit, Victorious, yeah.
Plays all of the Nickelodeon movie music.
Yeah. The fuck? And what's his name? Ryan from High School Musical. He does the Bop to the Top tour.
Yeah, and then there's fucking Big Time Rush is still on tour.
Yeah.
All that shit is still like, you know, there's shows, movies, all that stuff. They have great music.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go next question.
All right.
What film do you constantly rewatch? Yeah, and then there's I'm talking actual film. Big Time Rush is still on tour.
Yeah.
Funny movie. All that shit is still, unless you consider that, you know, there's film. Shows, movies, all that stuff. Like they have great music. High level film. Let's go next question.
High level film that I constantly rewatch.
Do you constantly rewatch?
Fuck. Rewatch. Damn, that's hard.
Yeah, and then there's I'm talking
do you have one?
Big Time Rush is still on tour.
Yeah, funny. What did you just call me?
All that shit is still, unless you consider, you know, there's shows, movies, all that stuff. Like
Brody.
They have great
Adam Brody.
Adrian
Brody. Yeah.
Let's go next.
I like high level film that I constantly rewatch. Definitely one of the better Holocaust movies. Fuck. But the director rewatch has done some shit.
Yeah, and then there's I'm talking.
Do you have one?
Big Time Rush is still on tour.
Funny. What did you just call me?
All that shit is still, unless you consider, you know, there's shows, movies, all that stuff.
Brody.
They have great
Adam Brody. Oh my god, dude.
I know it's like
high level films that are constantly definitely one of the better Holocaust movies. Fuck. But Shawshank Redemption has done some shit.
Yeah, and there's I'm talking.
Do you have one?
Big Time Rush is still on tour.
If you funny. What did you just call me?
All that shit is still, unless you consider, you know, there's shows,
Shawshank
Redemption.
wherever. Oh my god,
I know it's like high level films that are
definitely one of the better Holocaust movies. The thing about Shawshank Redemption too is Shawshank is 3 hours long and it's very slow.
And there's
Do you have one? If you just call me? Oh my god, I know it's like high level. Shawshank is 3 hours long and it's very slow. Do you have one? If you just call me?
What is your least favorite genre to watch?
Least favorite genre?
This is a hard choice for people.
Yeah, you go first. What's your least favorite?
It's sort of like a subgenre. I don't like historical movies.
Really?
Like the how do I explain it? Honestly, if it wasn't Nolan, I probably wouldn't watch Oppenheimer.
I was just gonna ask
like historical biopics. That's what it is. I don't think outside of like that one, I wouldn't like. I've never seen like Gandhi, like with Ben Kingsley, right? That's who it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. I don't watch those movies. They're usually boring to me.
I think the best historical movie that I've seen, I don't know, man. Off the top of my head, yeah, probably Oppenheimer, but I never really not enjoyed a certain film genre. As long as the movie's good, then I feel like that's all that matters to me. It doesn't matter if the genre or subgenre is like horror or, because like that's kind of subjective.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's a difference between like The Ring, the horror movie, versus a movie like Hereditary. Like they're both horror movies, but one's obviously better. You know, The Ring. So I feel like I'm just kidding. I feel like it's just one of those cases. Let's see. Can you name some genres for me? I'm being like stupid right now. Like they're both horror movies, but one's obviously
like
better.
Modern, like westerns.
You know, The Ring. So I feel like
nowadays Texas, like fucking Brokeback Mountain kind of.
I feel like it's just one of those cases.
It's like actually like a modern western.
Let's see.
And then you have like.
Can you name some genres for me? I'm being like stupid right now. Like they're both horror movies,
and then you have
but one's obviously
like modern East westerns,
The Ring.
Good, Bad, and Ugly.
So I feel like
nowadays old western. You have Brokeback Mountain kind of neo horror.
I feel like it's just one of those cases.
Slashers, modern western.
Let's see.
And then you have like,
can you name some genres for me? I'm fucking being like they're both horror.
There's like the Blair Witch Project.
One's obviously
like modern East Western, Good, Bad, and
so found footage horror movies. Okay, I'll say found footage horror movies for right now. It's probably my least favorite slashers. Man, it's just like. Can you name some genres for me? I'm fucking being like they're both horror. One's obviously like modern East Western, Blair Witch, Good, Bad, and Paranormal Activity, horror movies. The rest of the Paranormal Activities aren't that good. Horror movies for right now. It's probably my least favorite. Yeah, it's not even that great, man. It's just like. I'll say name some genres. I'm fucking being like they're both horror. One's obviously like modern East Western, Blair Witch, Good, Bad, and Paranormal Activity. I'll say right now. It's probably just like the 5 year engagement. I'll say name some genres. That's a great but romantic comedy. If you make a romantic comedy, Paranormal Activity. I'll say it's a romantic engagement. That's a great but romantic comedy. If you make a romantic comedy, but romantic comedy. If you guys did or were able to get through it, thank you. But if not, I'm so fucking sorry. This is the first time we live streamed, and I appreciate you guys joining. And if you guys are watching on the replay, we'll do this every Monday, and I promise next Monday will be better than this. Sorry, but yeah. Anything else you want to say, Hyder, before we head out of here?
What's next week? Oh, fuck. We gotta pick a movie for next week. I'm not watching that fucking movie, man.
What movie is it?
I've raced this track 1,000 times.
That movie came out already.
Nope.
Yeah, it did.
It had the early access came out. This is the official week of it.
You're telling me it hasn't come out yet?
Nope.
I'm watching Gran Turismo. I watched Gran Turismo. I heard it's actually good. I'm gonna make you watch Gran Turismo.
You're not making me watch shit.
Well, fuck, guys. I'm kind of mad that the audio
59% Rotten Tomatoes.
But look at the audience score.
Clicking on it. God damn.
95.
98.
Oh, 98?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
250 plus verified ratings.
Wow.
Wow. Actually, read some of these ratings.
Yeah. While Hyder does that, guys, I really appreciate you sticking in for the stream once again. Again, I'll figure out the audio. Sorry. My fault. We appreciate you. If you guys don't want to miss any other live streams and videos, go ahead and turn on post notifications, subscribe to the channel. You guys don't want to miss anything. Hyder, do you want to say bye?
Good night, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Someone said this was movie of the year. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so... Good night. I'm done.
Dude, I was just going to end the stream. Can you just let me do my thing?
Yeah.
Dude, you look stressed.
That shit looks like ass.
The trailers do look bad. Yes, the trailers look bad.
I don't care that he was an Xbox player that became a driver.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here.
Good night, guys.
We appreciate you. And how do I end the stream? Okay, stop streaming. All right. Okay, bye, guys.